Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Matt, and this is the latest episode of Focus On by STIHL. Today, we're looking at a fascinating series of tools, namely top-handle chainsaws for working in a tree canopy. And for specialist topics, you need specialist tips. So, of course, we've got Paul from STIHL Product Management to tell you everything you need to know about this specialist equipment. Welcome back, Paul. Thanks for your time again today, mate.
Thank you very much. I'm excited to be here, particularly talking about chainsaws and arborist chainsaws. So obviously STIHL have a huge heritage in making chainsaws, nearly 100 years now of history. So it's a really great topic to be talking about.
Indeed. Before we dive into the specific brand or type of chainsaw, maybe we can talk generically for a moment. As you say, STIHL has been a leading player in this industry for 98 years now. What have you learned over that time? What's important for a chainsaw?
Well, there's many considerations when making a good quality chainsaw, particularly on battery models. It's not just a case of putting on a powerful battery and combining it with a power motor. There's more to it than that.
Right.
There's lots of considerations such as chain speed. So having an efficient cutting chain that can do the job very quickly as well.
Sure.
You have to consider feed pressure as well. So as you're going through the cut, will the saw chain get stuck in the cut? And actually, if it does, can the cut be restarted efficiently and quickly as well? Very helpful. And then, of course, the cutting attachment we have here. So our bars and chains, of course, are made by STIHL. And in this case, on this top handle arborist chainsaw, we've got a narrow cutting attachment, which is particularly efficient cutting in the tree and fast to help the aerial activities.
Okay, speaking of those aerial activities, this would be the kind of tool that you would use in that environment. So let's get into that a little bit. I see that there's a T on the brand name, on the product name. What does the T stand for?
Yeah, so this is a T version top handle arborist chainsaw. This particular model is the MSA 220.1T.
Yeah.
So this is our most powerful top handle battery powered chainsaw. So this is designed exclusively for aerial use, and we've got a tree worker, Hussein, with a little video explaining what he uses it for.
Let's check it out.
My name is Hussein. I'm an arborist, and I'd like to introduce you to the MSA 220T. At our company, we use the MSA 220T for tree care, deadwood removal, moderate crown reductions, and even tree felling. Thanks to its impressive cutting power, it enables us to work both comfortably and efficiently.
Great job, Hussein. Always good to hear how the pros go about their business. Let's talk numbers, though, here. Specifically weight and performance. What are we looking at?
Okay, so with the new MSA 220.1T, we now recommend the AP200S battery. As opposed to the AP300S from the previous version, we're really focused on reducing the weight for the tool to make working life a lot easier.
Yeah.
With an AP200S battery, a full oil tank and a 14-inch or 35-centimetre cutting attachment, we're talking with about a tool weight of 4.8 kilograms.
Okay.
And then in terms of power, we're talking about up to 1.8 kilowatt power to help get the job done.
You said up to 1.8. Is there some kind of performance regulation in play here? What's going on?
Yeah, of course there is. So 1.8 kilowatts actually provides 23 meters per second of chain speed, but we only need to call upon that full 1.8 kilowatts for certain activities in the tree. Right. If you're doing a crown reduction or a crown lift, you don't always need full power. So in standard work, you have 1.25 kilowatts available all the time, and then if you're perhaps removing the tree and doing a takedown, then you can call up 1.8 kilowatts for a shorter period of time. So it's about reducing the total weight of the tool and making sure you have enough power to get the job done, but you don't need full power at all times when doing aerial work.
Got it. And the chainsaw then realises that, senses that, and gives you that boost when you need it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all automatic. You can just focus on the job at hand, and the chainsaw takes care of adapting the power to the requirements. But with the new MSA 220.1T, we still have comparable power to their petrol-powered counterparts, the MS201, and we're now focused on getting a lighter weight on the battery machine.
Thanks, Paul. Okay, so talk me through any particular special features that we've got in this tool.
Well, we've got a new anti-lock function.
Right.
So if you put too much feed pressure in the cut and it bogs down within the cut, it keeps powering the motor. So if you relieve the feed pressure within 0.8 seconds, which is reasonably achievable, it will keep the cut going as soon as you relieve that pressure so you can complete the cut.
I like it. Okay, that happens automatically. Why does that benefit me though?
Well, the benefit is this is all done by electronics. So we don't need a mechanical clutch and taking extra weight into the tree.
Right.
All the smart electronics on the tool do that automatically for you. So you're taking less weight and being able to continue the job at hand without any extra assistance.
Okay, let's talk accessories. I see like a clip on the handle there. What's going on there?
Yeah, this is our new comfort hook accessory. Allows me to mount the saw on my harness in a horizontal position so it doesn't obstruct me when I'm ascending or working in the tree, moving from branch to branch.
Right.
So we'll have a little video here, but you can see that gives me really easy access to mount the saw on me. And let's go to a video of Hussein.
Okay, so he clicks it onto his harness here. Yes.
Weights evenly distributed, the hook's in the centre. And then he's not obscured in any way when he's ascending the tree. You haven't got it pointing down your leg, and the cutting attachment is pointing away from the body.
Yeah, it's hanging away from him, isn't it? And he's absolutely flying up that tree. That's professional work. They're very impressive. And that can be retrofitted, can it, that accessory?
Yeah, absolutely can. It just bolts in place. And then the saw is easily accessible for when he wants to continue his work when he gets up the tree.
Very nice. Okay, and continuing with accessories, you've got one here. What's going on here?
Well, this is our new strop adapter. So we've talked a little bit about reducing weights of the machines already today. So this allows you to actually take the weight of the battery out of the tool, have a dummy battery in there instead, and actually take the weight of the battery on your harness instead. So making the tool a lot lighter for use in the tree. But we've got a little video here to see how Victoria uses that in action.
Clicks on pretty easily, and then it's all about the freedom of movement, right?
Precisely that. So the saw is now lighter than it would be with a battery in there.
We certainly see that from that film.
But let's hear from Victoria as well, and she'll tell us what she thinks about having that lighter weight tool.
I liked how the comfort hook kept the chainsaw blade out of my way while climbing, and also the strop adapter distributes the weight really nicely so it's easier on my arms while working.
There we go.
Okay, so we've switched things around a little bit here in the workshop so that we can get two other devices on the table. We've talked a little bit about the MSA 220T, that's this one here.
Yep.
You've got two more in the range you want to tell us about.
Yeah, I have. So actually in our petrol-powered range, we've got three Arborist chainsaws. The MS201T, which is the equivalent to the 220 that we've already talked about. We've got the MS194T, and the smallest saw in our range, the MS151T. So three in the petrol lineup, and we're reflecting that in our battery-powered lineup too. So in the middle here, I've got the new MSA 190T. This is a mid-range saw with a mechanical output of 1.25 kilowatts, so slightly less than the MSA 220T, and we've got a chain speed of 20 meters per second.
Okay.
So if you want a mid-sized saw that's still capable of tree removal and also your crown reduction work, then that's an ideal, slightly lighter weight chainsaw. Then we also have the MSA 161T, which is our lightest Arborist top handle chainsaw. We've got a mechanical output of 1 kilowatt and a chain speed of 16 meters per second. So if you need a lightweight saw for those pruning jobs, those dead wood removal, that saw is absolutely ideal.
So what I'm hearing is that depending on the job, maybe the weight that I would like to take up the tree and a couple of other factors, that would help me make the decision which one of these might be most appropriate.
Yeah, of course. You've got something in the range to choose from. We've been able to get the job done with our petrol range for many, many years, and you can now get that job done with battery.
I like it. Thanks, Paul. Okay, here's one that we prepared earlier, as they used to say. We've got a black box on the table, and you've got a little announcement for us, haven't you, Paul?
I have indeed. This is our new GTA 40, our first professional pruner that is certified for aerial use.
Nice.
So it's really lightweight, it's just 2 kilograms with the batteries, and really, really well balanced too.
That was what I was going to say. Well balanced, feels good in my hands. It's not huge though, is it? Does it really have the required power that we need?
Yeah, absolutely. So with those two AS2 batteries that you put in the base of the tool, you combine that with an EC motor with up to 8 meters per second chain speed and 0.5 kilowatts of power. So it's certainly capable of deadwood removal and a crown lift or crown reduction. We've got Simon here who will tell us a little bit about what he uses it for and also what he thinks about it.
Okay.
Hello, my name is Simon Sauer, and I work at Dietz Tree Care. I'm a European tree worker. I use the GTA 40 for deadwood removal of thin branches, or for light crown reductions. This way, I don't need a manual pruning saw. At first, I thought I would be faster with the manual pruning saw, but later I realized that the GTA 40 performs really well. You can also use the full bar length, which allows you to cut larger branches.
Thank you, Simon. Very interesting indeed. Shall we talk charging then? Particularly when you're out in the forest like Simon is there. What's the process here?
Well, absolutely. We recommend two AS2 batteries in the tool. They need both batteries combined for that power. But on a working day, 6 batteries are needed. So you have 2 in the tool, 2 cooling down, and 2 charging, just keeping them in cycle to get you through the day's work.
Very nice. And all 6 of those fit in the case, I see?
Yeah, they do. So you can take everything with you in that neat, handy storage case to the work site.
The charger fits in the case as well?
It does. So yeah, this is our new AL5-2 charger that charges 2 batteries at once. They fast charge the batteries up to 80% in just 30 minutes. And then for a full 100% charge, it's 50 minutes. So it just slow charges the last little bit just to preserve battery health.
I like it. I can see how the process works. On the device we saw earlier, there was like a nice hook. Yeah, okay, there's something similar here, right?
Yeah, there's 2 things. So this is what makes it great for aerial use. You've actually got the trigger separated from the handle here. So you can attach that to your harness, or also if you want to attach the loop here, you can do that on both sides as well. There's a mounting point there. So if I wanted to wear it on my right-hand side or left-hand side, depending on whether I was left or right-handed, there's the possibility to do that as well.
Lovely, and we can see here Simon again out and about with the GTA 40, right?
Yeah, so easy to attach to its harness there, and then just as simple to detach and get to work.
Very nice indeed. Good job, Simon. Thank you, sir. What else do we need to know? What other features has the GTA 40 got?
Oh, absolutely. Well, first of all, we've got our battery life indicator. It's really good to know how much battery life you've got left when you're in the tree.
Indeed.
We've got an oil reservoir on the side of a tool here, so it's automatically oiling the chain. We've got a 6-inch or 15-centimetre chainsaw bar on there with a sprocket nose in the tip for improved efficiency.
Right.
Then if we turn the tool around, we've got our chain tensioning, just as you would on your standard chainsaws.
Yep.
A felling line just on the sprocket cover there as well,
Yes.
so you can line up your felling cuts. And you will notice on the top, we don't have a guard over the guide bar.
No.
That means you can do your undercut and then complete your cut from above, making sure you don't tear the bark and keep the tree in good condition for good tree health.
Very nice. And the whole device is protected from water to a certain extent?
Yes, it is indeed. So we have IPX4 certification on the tool and also on the AS2 battery, so you can certainly work in the rain with no problems whatsoever.
And finally, let's turn our attention to a very important subject, and that is service and support. It would particularly interest me to know how easy is it to service these devices?
Well, that's a really key consideration. As we go through the development process, we make sure that components are easily replaced.
Yeah.
And of course, you can replace all the components, individual components on the tool.
Right.
So for instance here, you've got to make sure your air filter is nice and clear. I've already done 3 of the bolts, so there's just 4 bolts giving you access to the air filter in there.
Very easy.
And we know these tools go through a really hard time in their working lives. So should it be dropped out of a tree or take a really, really hard knock, things like the battery housing here are easily replaceable, as is the front handle as well, with just a small number of screws. So you can replace those individual components and then effectively get back to work.
So it's all about making these things easily accessible, right?
Exactly that.
And if I should have a question or want any kind of support, where do I turn to?
Well, we've got a worldwide network of STIHL approved dealers. So when it comes to service, support or spare parts, they're there to help you and help you get back on the road.
Indeed they are. As have you helped us today. Thank you very much, Paul. As ever, we'll do this again.
Certainly, thank you very much.
And thank you very much for stopping by. We hope there was something there for you. What was your favourite part in particular about what Paul told you about today? Let us know in the comments down below. Click the bell as ever, subscribe so that you know when the next Focus On episode is available. But until then, I'd say from Paul and me, from all of the crew here in the workshop, thanks very much for stopping by. See you later. Ciao.